and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I am really hoping to be able to read in March. Just time-wise, not because I don't have them, but because of time. So let's just jump right into it and get started. Okay, so the first book that I want to be reading in the month of March is Storm and Fury by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It is a spin-off series of the Dark Elements series by the same author. It doesn't follow these same characters, but it is in the same world. So some of the characters that were the leads in the previous books can come back in this series, but it focuses on a new lead female character that we were not previously introduced to. Following reading the Dark Elements series again, which if you haven't seen it yet, check out my reread review. I will link that above somewhere and probably in the description, so check that out if you haven't seen it. I have read this already, but it'll be nice to revisit it because I have not read the sequel to that, which is Rage and Ruin. I need to read this new book, but I need a nice refresher on the other one, so we're gonna read this one also during the month of March. Again, this is in the same world as the Dark Elements series and will follow the lead character of Trinity. I'm not really going to talk about who the lead male character is, just in case you would consider that to be a spoiler, but it is somebody that played a big part in the Dark Elements series, so that's a lot of fun. So, book 2 that I'll be reading, Rage and Ruin. Next is a new series that I have not read yet. I guess March is going to be the month of Jennifer L. Armentrout because here we are, From Blood and Ash. This one came out a while ago, but I just haven't been able to pick it up yet, so I just got it for myself, and I'm really excited to read it. I don't really know much about it, only that it is a romance book, and it sounds like it's going to be a bit more mature than some of her other books. That's pretty much all I know about it, aside from just what's on the back of the book. So it's going to follow the main character. Her name is Poppy. Yeah, based off of the back of the book, it's probably going to be more mature, if you know what I mean, than a lot of her other books. The ones that I've read, at least. It sounds like a fantasy type novel with some curses and romance, and you know, I'm about that. So I am very excited to read this one. I'm sure you could guess, but I also picked up the sequel to From Blood and Ash, which is Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. So I'm not even going to read the back. I don't want to be spoiled, but I'm going to read this one also. I'm really hoping that I like the first book because I already committed. But I just like this author usually, so not too concerned. Last, but certainly not least, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. My friends that are on TikTok have been saying that there's a lot of polarizing opinions about this book, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, but also I have to read it. So here we are. I don't really know much about what this book is about. I haven't even read the back. I didn't read the description before purchasing. All I know is that it is supposed to involve one of the female side characters from A Court of Thorns and Roses, that series, and she's supposed to play a bigger part in this series, and then there's a male side character that is also supposed to play a bigger role. And that is all that I know about it. Except for that I also do not own another book this orange. Just check this book out for a second, because I feel like we need to just appreciate how beautiful hardbound books are, and like, how insane is this? This is such a bright orange, and I don't have any other book like that, which is really fun for me. I typically enjoy Sarah J. Maas's work. I love fantasy, I love books about the Fae and things like that, so hopefully this will be a win for me because it is a large book and will probably take a decent amount of time to read, so I'm hoping that it is a fun ride and not a tedious one. But yeah, that is what I am planning to read for the month of March. I don't know if you can tell, but I've kind of set out to read a lot of really large books, so we'll see if that has to carry out into later months a little bit more. But hey, we all got a dream and we gotta set goals for ourselves, so that is mine. If you are curious to see what I end up thinking about these books, be sure to check out my channel again later, as I'm sure I'll end up talking about them in some way, shape, or form. I also just started an Instagram that I'm hoping to be active on, so I will go ahead and link that in the description below also. It is at Tales with Tiana, just like my channel name, so be sure to check me out there if you are wanting to follow along with probably my more day-to-day journey instead of just like a bigger YouTube video. It just feels a little bit less formal than YouTube, so I'm just excited for that. That's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me for a few minutes, and I hope you have a wonderful day and staying safe, that you know you are loved, and I will see you next time. Bye!